From the Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Dale and Scott.
Happy New Year.
It's here.
2025, y'all. How cool is that? How did that happen?
I was about to say it went by really fast.
We're a quarter of the way through the century.
I mean, it just feels like Halloween was yesterday.
It does.
Seriously.
Well, New Year's Eve was yesterday. We stayed home because we are smart people. Luckily, nothing horrible happened here in Vegas like it did in New Orleans, which is just so heartbreaking and horrible. And I don't know if you saw this. I just learned about it just a few minutes ago. They do have concrete barriers and those things that come up out of the ground to stop vehicles from getting onto Bourbon Street. They're being repaired in anticipation of next month's Mardi Gras. So they weren't operational. That's why the guy was able to get through with his truck.
So I've been kind of like the news is on, but I'm not paying that much close attention to it.
Yeah.
But didn't this happen at like 3 a.m.?
3:15 a.m.
And they were already starting. I assume the people thought, oh, people are starting to clear.
Yeah.
They started to get traffic back moving. It seems reasonable to me that you start taking stuff down at
that hour.
At that hour.
I don't know.
Because, all right, yes. So it was New Year's, right?
Mm-hmm.
But give it any Friday or Saturday night, the same people
Would have been out.
would have been out anyway, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
So it just seems like the blame is going to the wrong people.
Yeah.
As always, it's the wrong people.
But yes. But just like the street in front of the White House, the 1600 block of Pennsylvania Avenue is permanently closed now.
Yeah.
It seems like Bourbon Street in New Orleans should be permanently closed to vehicle traffic. Because it's all about walking up and down the street.
I get that, yeah. And maybe it should. It's not that long.
No,
and
we're just talking about a like 4 or 5 block section that would be just permanently closed to traffic.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you'd have to consider people live there. There's
delivery
businesses.
trucks. Yeah,
Right.
emergency vehicles. All of that.
You just gotta figure it out.
Yeah. Why are we starting on such a note? That's not what I wanted to do. Well, last night we stayed home. We made homemade pizzas, which was really good. I even made homemade sauce for the pizzas. Did you like that?
I did.
I like the sauce better than the actual pizza part.
Well, because we've only done this like once, and we just couldn't get the dough.
It wasn't thin enough. It got too puffy.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was probably like, I'm wondering, all right, so the dough needs to rise, right? And when it cooks, should we had, I don't know, taken the dough out an hour before, covered it, left it on the table?
I don't know. We need to learn. I'm going to do some learning before we do that again.
But even still, it was doughy, but I enjoyed it. It was cooked all the way through.
It was fun.
It tasted really good.
We just need some
and I'm
better
telling
equipment.
You, the best pepperonis you could buy
are those little cup ones.
Are those little, they call them like old world cup.
Yeah.
And they hold the grease.
I
which is
love
horrible, but they taste good.
They taste so great.
And they have a richer, meatier taste than regular pepperoni.
I agree. We're never going back to the old stuff. We also watched Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper on CNN. They crack each other up, and that's what's fun about it.
Yeah.
And CNN, let him drink this year, so Anderson was pretty wasted.
Well, they were only doing one shot an hour, other than that one time where shit went off the rails.
Right.
So we watched it. This is at least our second or third time kind of watching it.
Yeah.
I like it. It could be better. Like calling the parents, and the network is always horrible.
Yeah.
Always.
When you're calling someone
horrible.
at their house, it doesn't work out very
Right.
well. Well, we had fun. And I actually rang in New Year's Eve in New York, Dallas, Denver, and Las Vegas. I stayed up for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You stayed up for 2 of them, New York and Vegas.
Well,
you were asleep somewhere between
I woke up
Dallas and Denver.
for Vegas.
Yeah.
And I woke up just in time. I think the dog jumped off the bed.
Yeah.
Or something happened. It was a boom.
Yeah.
And that's when I woke up and watched the fireworks.
Perfect. Well, I was wondering about the song Auld Lang Syne, which everyone sings, after the ball drops and it becomes midnight.
I used to know what it means, but I don't remember.
Well, it means old, long since, or for old time's sake.
Yeah.
It's basically a song to remember your old friends. Don't forget your old friends. They're important. Don't forget the old times.
Oh, yeah, because it starts out for, does it start out for old
For
acquaintance? We forgot.
For old acquaintance.
We forgot.
Something like that. Yeah.
I don't know.
I didn't write down the lyrics.
I used to know the words.
Anyway, it's Scottish. It's a Scottish song that was written back in 1788 by a guy named Robert Burns. But it wasn't until Canadian bandleader Guy Lombardo kind of made it popular here in North America in the late 1920s.
Oh.
So now you know.
Well, the one thing that Las Vegas dropped the ball on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So given our entertainment,
Drop the ball on. No pun intended.
I didn't think about that. Till
Pun
now.
intended.
Yes, pun intended. Now, which I didn't mean to be.
Yeah.
So given our entertainment, right? Where people come here, nightlife,
Yeah.
DJs.
Sure.
And so when the clock struck midnight, when I woke up and was listening to the music, they were playing dance music.
Yeah.
And they did not play. There is a great dance version of Auld Lang Syne that they did not play.
Oh.
And I feel like they missed an opportunity to do that.
Huh. All right. Well, maybe you should write to your congressman. Let him know. Or the mayor of Las Vegas. Who's in charge of that kind of thing?
I don't know, because it's not technically Las Vegas, but...
I don't know. Yeah, true. Did you make any New Year's resolutions?
I didn't, and I'm not.
I resolved to not make any New Year's resolutions.
Yes.
I resolved not to be a better person in 2025.
Yes.
The only thing that I would like is for us to find another revenue stream, because we could always use some more money.
Yeah.
So I'm working on that. I got some ideas in the pipeline.
A Patreon?
Something like that. That would be great. I mean, if you guys want to listen to the show going forward, you're going to have to pony up $2.99 a month.
That's $299.
$99.
Yeah.
Dale, did you poop before midnight last night? Because you don't want to take that old shit into 2025.
Oh, my God. You're referencing that Facebook post.
Because it's funny.
It is funny. But you're talking about going like right before.
Well, yeah, you have to do it right before.
Or during.
Or during.
Someone said same shit, different day.
Yeah.
Pooping at me. Well, that happens any time of day. Well, that's same shit, different year.
It's true.
This, my friends, is the Swish Edition.
I'll tell you why we're playing this song. Do you know the name of this song?
Rhapsody in Blue.
Rhapsody in Blue, that's right. I'll tell you why later in the show, why we're able to play it. Because usually, you can't play popular music.
Well, it's obviously in the public domain, but I don't
it
know
is
why,
now. It is now.
Why you shouldn't have played Auld Lang Syne, the original one.
Because I don't know that if that's in the public domain.
From the 1920s?
I don't know.
Has
I
to
guess
be.
I guess it would be.
Yeah.
Damn it. But I love this song. It makes me
Again.
think of
You dropped the ball.
the television commercials for the airline.
No.
Anyway, the ball. We watched the ball drop in New York City. The Times Square. New York Times building is where the ball is. I didn't know this. I wanted to do a little research. How long has this been going on? Since December 31st, 1907.
Wow, I didn't know it was that long.
I know. I had no idea. At that time, the ball was 5 feet in diameter, it had 216 electric lights on it, and it was made of iron and wood and weighed 700 pounds.
Well, this would be around the time where it was common to have electricity, right?
Yeah.
It was in the late, 1880s we had electric. I think only rich people had it, but
Right.
it was becoming common.
Yeah. I mean, it started going into homes in the beginning of the century, I
Yeah.
think. But yeah. Yeah. So it was electric.
Okay.
Today's ball, though, in comparison to that original one that was 700 pounds, today's ball weighs 11,875 pounds. That's a huge ball.
Jesus.
And it's covered with 2,688 Waterford crystal triangles and has 32,000 some odd LED lights. So that's how the ball has evolved over the years. But why fix what's not broken? Fox News is reporting that the ball that we saw last night is going to be the last time we see it. They're coming out with a new ball for next year, or this year, I guess it is now, which was going to be an all-digital ball.
You know, what I feel like they're going to want to do is make that small version of our
the
sphere.
Yeah.
It could be cool, but I don't think you need...
Why change it?
Because it's going to be full of fucking ads.
Right.
It's going to be full of fucking ads.
It's going
to ruin it.
The Kia Times Square ball for 2026.
It's going to ruin it.
Yeah. Or what was the other one that was a big sponsor last night? It was Kia and... wait.
Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness.
But
that was it.
They've been giving away the hats for years now.
Right.
I get it. You need that big money to be able to throw something like this without spending taxpayer funds.
Yeah.
I totally get it. But the one thing you will ruin is the ball and fucking advertisements on it as it comes down. That is tacky as shit.
That's very tacky. Well, I guess we're going to have to wait and see. Who makes these decisions? Is it the New York Times? Do they get to decide?
I don't know.
Or is it the city of New York?
Who owns it now?
I don't even know. I don't even know. Anyway, it's kind of stupid. They dumped 1 ton of confetti on Times Square last night. Do you remember the year we were there just a couple days after New Year's Eve? And we stayed in that little hotel near Times Square, and we had a balcony, which is very rare for New York. And there was confetti out on top of the snow on our balcony. Yeah. Remember that?
Well, speaking of confetti, there was, I don't think it was 60 Minutes, and it may have been, but there was one guy who had gave an interview, and for the past 20 years, he has been the organizer. And when I say organizer, he's the one who organizes like gaining access to some office space, from the offices, like individual offices to stage, because they throw the confetti out by hand. Still, they throw it by hand. And so he gets volunteers.
Think they use a gun.
You would think, but they don't. And so he organizes volunteers, and he also organizes individual, literally office spaces to pull up the windows and to stage in there until it's midnight, and they throw out all the confetti.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I want to do that. No, I don't. I don't want to do that. That would suck.
It could be fun.
You spend your whole night just waiting to throw confetti out the window?
Yeah, but get this. You have access to a bathroom. You get to watch the ball drop from a nice, warm, dry place.
Yeah.
I think it's the best thing to do.
You said access to a bathroom. Those poor people, well, they're not poor because they made the decision to do it. But why would you want to be in Times Square on New Year's Eve down there? You're locked in once you get there. Yep. If you leave, you can't come back.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to bring a bag. You're not allowed to bring anything to drink. There's no bathrooms.
No.
People were wearing diapers, literally wearing diapers so they could be out there for the whole thing. That's just disgusting. And what do you go back to your hotel and take your diaper off and take a shower?
Yeah, I would.
Just so you could say you did it? You can watch the damn thing on TV.
I have never, ever wanted to do.
I never want to do anything. I don't want to go anywhere on New Year's Eve. I really hate it. I don't want to be around all those people. Not to be outdone, you guys probably know about this, and because we've talked about it before. Key West on Bourbon, right in front of the Bourbon Street pub, which Dale and I have spent many, many hours at. They do this really fun thing where they drop a huge red shoe at midnight, and the red shoe has a big drag queen in it.
I mean, that is Key West.
It's so quintessential Key West.
Right.
Yeah. Last year, I don't know about this year, but last year it was Christopher Peterson. That's a drag queen that we've actually had on the show before, on the Swish Edition. So that's kind of fun.
It's fun.
Yeah. Look it up. Google it. You can watch the YouTube video. It's kind of fun. And they sing while they're coming down, being dropped from the roof down to the ground. It's like 2 stories.
Yeah, it's not that big.
It's not that big. It's kind of fun, though.
You would actually think for something like Key West, right, where like it's not up high, and you're actually descending from the top to the bottom to the ground floor. That they actually might want to do it the opposite and raise them up,
Right.
so
Right.
so everyone can see.
That's a great idea. Maybe you should write to
I
the
think
mayor
that's
of
what
Key
I
West.
think that's what they need to do. Raise them up.
Oh my gosh. I think that's really fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was watching this thing. I think it was, I don't know if it was on the Today Show or something, but I didn't know this until I saw it, and then I knew it, which makes a lot of sense, right? It's the 100th birthday of the Goodyear Blimp this year.
I saw this.
Now, I did not know this. I learned some things, and you guys are about to learn it too. I thought there was only one Goodyear Blimp. There are 4 of them. Did you know there were 4?
So I thought there were more,
More than 4?
and I thought there were 7
There are 4.
because I thought I saw this same story too. And
Maybe
I
there were
thought
7 at one point.
maybe okay.
Yeah. Well, right now, today, the Goodyear Blimp will be over the Gator Bowl in Jacksonville, Florida, and it will also be over the Rose Bowl
Yeah,
out in Pasadena, California.
I've never seen it in person. What I've never been to.
What? Yes, you have. We've literally have seen it together driving down the highway here in Vegas.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because of the Super Bowl.
So I was wondering.
That's right.
I was wondering where they are. So this is where this is the name. So the first one is called Wingfoot 1, and he lives in Akron, Ohio. Number 2 is Wingfoot 2, which is housed in Fort Lauderdale area, Florida. Wingfoot 3 lives in the outskirts of Los Angeles.
In California.
And then, yes, thank you. And then they have a Europe blimp. It's just called Europe Blimp. I don't know why it's not called Wingfoot Europe, but it's just called Europe Blimp, and it lives in Essen, Germany. Are Goodyear tires popular in Europe? I guess they must be.
I assume they are if they have a blimp there, right?
The blimp is planning to go on a 50-state tour this year in honor of their 100th birthday. I want to know how they're going to get that blimp to Hawaii. Okay. I was wondering about that. How long would it take to get to Hawaii on a blimp?
Yeah.
It's 2,558 miles from Los Angeles to Honolulu. So the blimp only can go, its fastest speed is 78 miles an hour. So that would take 33 hours.
Wow.
Would you want to be in the blimp in the pitch black over the ocean? No, thank you.
I suspect they have some of the same technology as a commercial airliner.
I'm thinking maybe they deflate it and put it on an airplane and fly it there.
Think?
That's what I would do.
Put it on a boat?
I had no idea. There's also a ground team that follows the blimps around. The ground team consists of a bus, a tractor trailer, which can use to moor the blimp if they have to, and 2 support vans. So there's 4 vehicles on the ground underneath the blimp wherever it is. Isn't that crazy? Wow. It takes a village to move those damn things around. Also, I didn't know this. You can't go on the blimp. You can't like book a ticket on it. You have to be invited or like win it in a charity auction or something. And it does have a bathroom. I did learn that.
Well, speaking of blimps like this, I heard the Wienermobile is looking for more drivers.
They are.
I think they're open. The applications are open right now.
Are you interested?
No.
I mean,
it'd be cool.
Who would want to be on the road all the time?
I don't want to be on the road.
I don't want to be on the road all the time. Anyway, enough with history. Too much history today. But like what I was talking about with the song that we played, Rhapsody in Blue, which is now in the public domain, everything that's 95 years old in 2025, their U.S. copyrights are terminated. We talked about this last year when Winnie the Pooh came up, right?
Yeah.
So this year it's Popeye the Sailor Man.
Uh-oh.
And there are apparently already 3 Popeye slasher films in the works.
I'm telling you, I think they're crazy, and you think they're crazy.
Yeah.
And so, like Rotten Tomatoes, I think there's 2 Winnie the Pooh.
2 Winnie the Pooh slasher movies.
You know, they don't have the best ratings, but they have like a cult following, and like they're supposed to be like really gnarly and really like bloody and crazy.
Yeah. That's scary. Well, I have no interest in seeing them, but I guess it makes sense if you can all of a sudden use a very popular character and do different things with it and not have to pay a royalty fee, then
Yeah.
people are going to do it. Will they also do it with the Belgian character TinTin and his dog Snowy, because they're going up here in the United States?
I don't know who TinTin is.
Oh, if I showed you a picture, you'd know. He's a cartoon character.
Rin Tintin.
No, that's a dog.
That's a dog.
No, Tintin is a little boy. He's a journalist, and he has a dog named Snowy, and they go on adventures together.
I have no idea.
Kind of like Johnny Quest, but cuter.
Okay.
The book, The Maltese Falcon, has fallen out of copyright. The song Singing in the Rain is now up for grabs. Happy Days Are Here. Happy Days Are Here again. Do, 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 do. And Rhapsody in Blue, like I said. There's a whole bunch of other stuff, but I didn't recognize them, so I didn't put them on my list. I got some interesting news for you might be excited about. So we're big fans of Criminal Minds, and we watched the last 2 seasons of Criminal Minds Evolution, which was the reboot of the series, and it's on Paramount? No. Yeah. Is it Paramount?
Paramount, yeah.
Paramount.
CBS.
Yeah. Matthew Gray Gubler is set to return in season 3 as Spencer Reed. He was a fan favorite of the original show.
Yes, he was.
And he was unavailable to be in the first 2 seasons of Evolution. He wanted to be, but he was already doing some other stuff. But here's the bad thing. He's only going to be in 1 episode.
Why bring him back?
I know.
Why do it?
He's going to headline a new CBS procedural show called Einstein next year.
Well,
so he's busy. He's busy.
So it's still CBS. So maybe he can maybe these 2 shows can get their fucking acts together. I mean, it'd probably be a lot of work for him, but he needs to come back.
Yeah, he does. Short show this week because we have shit to do. Well, no, we already did our shit, didn't we?
Right.
I was interested in the McDonald's Filet-o-Fish. You know it's one of my favorites, right? You're not a fan.
I don't like it. No.
But you like fish.
Well, sure.
Anyway, I was wondering why they only have half a piece of cheese in there. So, the Filet-o-Fish is a piece of fried fish.
Mm-hmm.
It has tartar sauce and a half a piece of American cheese on a bun.
Yeah.
Why only half? Because the McDonald's exec explained that they put a whole piece on it originally, but they thought it was too overwhelming. And there was a taste profile that they're going for.
Okay.
So it ruined the taste profile.
It's all lies. They're doing it to save money.
I think they're doing it to save money. But what I didn't know, and I've never had, and it's not on our script, there is a double Filet-o-Fish.
Oh, yeah. You can get that right now.
I want to get that. 2 pieces of fish.
Well, not to ruin your fun.
Yeah.
But I watched a TED Talk, and they were comparing American McDonald's French fries to European French fries.
Yeah.
European French fries have 3 ingredients.
Right.
Ours has like 15 ingredients in French fries.
Ours are horribly.
Do you want to know what one of the ingredients is? And I can't tell you the name of it, but it's bad for you. But its only purpose and the reason why it's in there is apparently it keeps the fry cleaner, and McDonald's franchises don't have to change their oil as often.
Oh, God. That's
the only reason.
That's so stupid.
It's disgusting.
And God knows what those chemicals are doing to us.
It's disgusting.
Anyway.
So just so you know.
Yeah, now I know. McDonald's Filet-o-Fish has been around since 1965 when one of the franchisees put it on the menu without asking because he wanted to compete for Catholic's business during Lent. Then it was rolled out to the whole company. It was originally halibut, but then they changed it to cod and then pollock, which is what it is now because it's the cheapest white fish you
It's
can
not
get.
like it's not a popular
Yeah,
item.
no, it's very popular. All right, out of time.
Bye.
Happy New Year, y'all. We'll see you next week. Because you don't want to take that old shit into 2024.
Oh my God, you're referencing that Facebook post.
Because it's funny.
It is funny.